Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to another stream. I'm coming down with some sort of congestion cough thing, so hopefully I can make it through this. Thank you if you are watching this after the fact in a VOD or whatnot. So last time we left off, we were kind of looking at the schedule modal. So that's what we're going to work on. We got the very basic setup, just kind of the modal itself in the top bar. We're going to be... Excuse me. We're going to be trying to lay everything out first and then going on from there. So let's go ahead and hop back into our modal top bar and we're going to go work on this for now. So the modal top bar has an X and then it has the word schedule and then it has a button that says confirm. So this kind of looks like two different slots to me. So let's go ahead and keep the div. Let's go ahead and just return this. And I guess I didn't want to necessarily delete that, but it's fine. We'll return a div with the class name equal to, and we'll call it schedule, maybe, post, modal, top bar, and in here we'll have a top bar left, so a div class name equal to schedule dash post modal, and then this will be top bar left. And then let me actually fix this, make a div, there we go, and it didn't close. So this is gonna have like the X out and then also the schedule, and then we'll also have a, I guess we don't necessarily need to write, we can just make this a button. So we can say button, this will be class name equal to schedule, if I could type, post modal, can't type, dash top dash bar dash confirm. So this will be the button, this will say confirm, and then this will be a width 100% and like flex and stuff, and that should be fine. And then inside here we'll have another div with the class name equal to schedule dash post dash modal, I cannot type, dash top dash bar. This will be dash close BG because it's gonna have like a hover effect. And then I guess we'll use the close icon. Let me look up the Material UI close icon really quick. I am struggling here, but I'm loading up the icons. Got some warm tea to hopefully help my throat a little bit. So I think this is called close. If I look up close, it is called close. We'll go ahead and copy the close and bring it in. And we'll go ahead and just bring in close icon. I don't know that we need anything else. We might need to resize it. And then we'll have maybe just a p tag with a class name equal to, and this will be schedule dash post modal top bar text, and the text will have schedule, like so. So that's kind of what the top bar looks like. Now confirm is getting an on click that does something on it. So we'll just say on click equal to, and we'll do that for now. And then we don't have anything to open and close the modal, so we'll need to set that up as well. My goodness, I'm sorry. So on the, we can probably put it on this, on click equal to, and then this will also need to go ahead and dispatch whatever we need to dispatch. So confirming, we'll probably need to set up something inside of the whatever it's called. We'll probably have to store it as like a string or something and then convert it back because we can't actually store the date itself inside of the store or the slice, so I'll have to figure that out. But I suppose, what do we want to do here? Trying to think, do we want to go ahead and throw this into our application just to see what it looks like, or do we want to style it first? Decisions. Let's go ahead and style it, I guess, and then we can go ahead and throw it in there. So back in here, let's go ahead and copy this first. So our top bar will have a width of 100%. It'll have a height, and this is going to be the same, of 50 px. So 50 px. Let's have a padding. Maybe like 12 px. I'm not 100% sure. Display will be flex. Sorry guys, I'm my throat. Display flex, we're gonna justify content space between, and we're going to align items in the center. I think that's everything we need for that. That should space everything out properly. Next we'll do the top bar left. So this one will take up maybe like 25% or something. So width will be like 25%. We'll see how big it is and everything. Height will be 100%. Again, we'll have a display flex, and we'll justify content. We'll probably say, do we want to say flex start? Let's say flex start, and then we can also give it a row gap, or a column gap actually. So we'll justify content, flex start, justify or align items in the center. And then if we need to add the column gap, we'll see how much column gap we need to add. So that's good to go. Next we'll do the close icon BG. So this will have a width of maybe like 40 px and a height of 40 px, a border radius of 100%, and I think that's all we need on this, because then we're just going to go ahead and say dot this and do a hover, and then on the hover we'll have cursor pointer, and we'll have a background color of RGBA 000. I don't remember what I do, but it's probably 0.2 or something. I should probably go back and look. But that's probably good for now. We can go back and fix it. Now our schedule, let's go ahead and do this. Dot schedule text, and let me go ahead and just take a peek at how big this text is. So this is 20 px, so we're gonna say width fit content, height is fit content, and then we're going to say that our font size is 20 px, and our font weight is maybe like 600 or something. Let's try 600, and I think that's all we need. There's no hover, there's no pointer or anything like that, so I think that should be good. And then the last thing is just need our button. So let's go ahead and copy our button. So our confirm button. So this one, let's just take a peek at how wide it is. So this is approximately maybe like 82 pixels ish. It's 55 pixels. So it's 55 by 30. So we'll say width is 55 px. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, never mind. Height is 30 px. So we might want to make this guy 30 by 30, just to be safe. That's probably fine. Our border radius will be 15 px. We'll have a border none. Border none. and we're gonna have a background color of black. So we'll just say 000, and I don't know how big the text is inside, so 14px. We might also want to say font size is 14px, and color is, we'll just say white, and it does look a little bit thick, so I'll say font weight is also 600. And then we also need to hover on this one as well, so let's go ahead and copy this again, and let's do a hover. So on our hover, it's going to be a little bit lighter, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, so it's just going to be like slightly lighter. It's like maybe like 0.9, 0.8. So we're going to say background color, RGBA 000, like 0.8 or something like that. And also have a cursor pointer. Let's also double check that we imported the CSS. We did not. So let's import our / schedule post modal top bar .css. Maybe. All right, that's good to go. And now let's go ahead and just bring it in to our feed page. I think that's where we play these. So let's see here. Features, feed, components. Let's find our feed post creator. Feed post creator. And okay, there we go. So let's go ahead. I'm not sure if this is where we have been putting the modals or we've been putting the modals elsewhere. Let's just take a peek. So feed post creator images, drop down. I guess I'll throw it in here. Although this is just a creator, we probably want this on the feed page itself, right? So let's go into our feed page. So pages, and it might be called home actually. Yeah, this is what we want. So for now, we don't really have any way to check against this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say schedule post modal like that. And we're going to put it there. It's going to kind of be scuffed right now, but it's fine. I just want to see what the top bar looks like. So let's go back into our Brave. All right, so for some reason, this is not quite working. So let's go ahead and take a look at the CSS. We definitely brought in the CSS, so that should be fine. And these should all be good. Let's see. So the top bar with 100%, that should be fine. Display effects, justify content space between, and center. I wonder if I need to wrap it in the left side in something. So let's go ahead and try that. I guess I didn't think I would need to do this, but we'll say div class name equal to schedule post modal top bar left. I didn't think I would need to do this, but let's just see if this helps. I don't know why the schedule is below though. That should not be the case. Let's no, this is display flex. Oh, you know what? I put this in the wrong spot. So that's probably why. Let's just double check again. Okay, that looks a lot better. Let's go ahead and get rid of this now. Let's check again. There we go. So now we need a little bit of padding, and this isn't getting centered, so that's terrific. We need to check out why that's not working. Do we need to wrap this stupid close icon. I don't think we should have to wrap that, right? We should have to give it a width and height. I don't think. Let's see here. We go SX equal to, and let's say width is fit content, and then our height is fit content, and then maybe font size. Font size is, I don't know, 16 px. I don't know what a good font size would be for that. Let's just see what this looks like. Yeah, it's way too big, but it is centered now, I think. Let's bring it down to like 14 px. It might need to be 12 even. That didn't change anything. It must be the fit content. Let's try to make the height maybe 20 px and the width 20 px and see what that looks like. Oh yeah. But why? I wonder why it's not centering. It should center. Let me double check our CSS. So top bar is CSS. Oh, you know what? We need display flex on this guy. Display flex and justify content in the center and align items in the center. Now it should center everything. There we go. That's better. And that's probably about right. So now we need some column gap of maybe like 32 pixels or something, and that'll go on this one. So let's say column gap, and let's see what 32 px looks like. I need some space there. Although that smushed it to the left. So let's add some padding to the left of this. So padding on the left of like 12 px. Do I not already have? I have padding here, but not. Let's see. Now it's really smushed. Let's get rid of the padding on this maybe. And now this is really scuffed. Let's see here. So 100%, 25% width. Is there, oh, you know what? What if we say fit content? There might not be enough space here. Let's let the width fit content and see what this looks like. There we go, that's better. And that looks about right, I think. That's probably good. Now obviously, I don't know why. Oh, it's because we took the padding off. So let's put the padding of 12 px back. Okay, that's a little bit better. This needs to be moved. Now, there's something funky going on with this. Let's see. So we got our top bar. Our top left is only this big, and our confirm is this big. So you know what? Maybe we'll go ahead and put the right back in there. And let's go ahead and do that. Class name equal to schedule post modal dash top dash bar dash right. And we'll go ahead and throw this in here. We'll make another flex box in here, and what we'll do is save that and go back into our CSS, and we're going to copy our left, we'll make a right, and we're going to make some other changes, but this will be flex end. This would be shoot, we're gonna have to play around with this. Let's try 30% and 70% and just see what happens. 70%, and we don't need a column gap on this one, and this will be padding on the right instead. So let's go ahead and just see what this looks like really quick. So that looks fine. This guy is still getting cut off. I don't necessarily know if this is... It says it's 55. There's no way this is 55 then. I think it's... I don't know what this is coming from. It's actually like, I think 90 is what I think it actually is. Let's try on our... Let's try like 90 by 30. There, that's a lot better. Now this is still a little bit thick, so I guess we will go ahead and go 400. So let's come back into here, go 400. And I think that's our top bar. Pretty good. That's still, now that's thin. I guess we'll go a little bit thick. It might be my monitor difference, honestly. So it's not that big of a deal. So that's good to go. This is what we're looking like here. We got our schedule. We got this guy. That might be a little bit small. And this guy's a little bit big. We might need to figure out how to fix that. But it is what it is. We might just have to make a small change to like fit content or something, and it'll probably be fine. So now let's go ahead and get like closing and confirming. Well, confirming we won't be able to do yet, but we can get closing. Confirming we'll probably just set something. Just confirming we'll just dispatch updating the poll, I guess. So what we'll do is we're gonna go into our gift slice, and inside of our gift slice we're gonna have a new non-asynchronous reducer. And oh, we don't want gift slice, we want modal slice, my bad. We're gonna go into our modal slice, and we're gonna go ahead and create an update display schedule, and we'll just say state is equal to what's your problem, update display schedule. I don't know what the problem with this is, but we do also need to go say display schedule, which is a boolean, and then display schedule, like a type, is going to be false to start, and then type arguments. Oh, I put it outside on accident. Let's fix that. Alright, so state is equal to dot 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 state. It's probably gonna do some stupid crap. I'm ditching VS Code very soon because I'm tired of this. And this will be display schedule is not display schedule. And why is display schedule not popping up? What is going on? Display schedule. Oh, we have to say states.display schedule. That's why. And then return our states, and then go ahead and return our update display schedule. So now inside of our top modal bar, whatever, we're gonna go ahead and say export. Actually, we don't need export, it's gonna say function. And this will be close modal. And we'll just do this. Doesn't need to do anything. We're just gonna dispatch. We need to set up our dispatch. So let's go ahead and set up a dispatch really quick. So say const dispatch of type app dispatch is equal to use dispatch, like so, and then we'll dispatch our update display schedule. And what is your problem? I spelled dispatch wrong, of course I did. Cool, and then now our closed mode will go here. Now whenever we click on the update whatever, it will also probably close this, so keep that in mind. But for now we're going to keep that as is. And then inside of our let's go back to our home page. Now we need to set this up where we bring in our display, whatever it's called, display, I can't think. Display schedule, so const display schedule is equal to use selector, state, and root state. And this will be state dot modal dot and then display schedule. And then here we'll go ahead and do the same thing we've been doing here. So we'll go ahead and say display schedule, schedule, and this. So then we'll display it only when it's true. So that means whenever we go into our post slice or our feed post creator and go into feed post creator.tsx. So let's go ahead and create a new function called activate modal or something, const activate, and this will be schedule modal. Actually, let's just say open schedule modal, and we've been using arrow functions in here, so I'll just use an arrow function, and this is going to dispatch our updates display schedule like so. And as simple as that. Then we need to go down here to where our schedule SVG is, and then if we click on this div, I don't know why this doesn't have. Is it because it needs icon active on it? Let's go ahead and try to throw icon active on these. So this is a bug that I've seen. So let's throw icon active on both of these. But so icon active, and then on click will equal to, whoops, on click open schedule modal. Maybe not, open schedule modal. And save. So now if we click on the schedule icon, it should pop up the modal. We click on the X, it should close out of it. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, back in Brave, you see it's gone. Now these are working again. We click on this, it pops it up. Click on this, it closes out of it. So that's good to go. Now the only thing that I am concerned about is this is a little bit large, so we may have to deal with that, but it is what it is. So now we kind of want to look at setting up the rest of these. We're gonna have to figure out how to get the time zone. I don't know if I'm gonna actually do the time zone, but I could probably display it anyway. And kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and start working on the actual body of it. So this is gonna be a little bit more complicated, but not too horribly bad. So let's go back into our schedule post, and we'll do new folder schedule post modal content. So let's say schedule post modal content, make a new file, schedule post modal content.tsx, new file, schedule post modal content.css. All right, so now I'm going to close out the top bar for now. We don't need the modal slice. We don't need feed post creator currently. And the rest of this we can keep. Probably don't need homepage. So let's just import React from React. And let's go ahead and import our CSS. So / schedule post modal content.css, and we should be good to export. So export const schedule post modal content, and this is a react.fc, which is an arrow function, and we'll return a div, the class name equal to schedule post modal content. All right, so it looks like this could probably be a specific height, and then we can maybe figure out how to deal with all of this. We're gonna need to look for a couple more icons, but there's like 3 distinct sections here. So there's like a scheduled date section. So maybe we say, well, this might not even be a section. But there is definitely 2 sections. So we'll say schedule div class name is equal to schedule post modal content top, and then we'll have a bottom. And we want this because there is a thing, what's the word for it, there's a border separating these, so that's why we want these. Div class name equal to, I guess we could have made its own little thing, but it is what it is. And this would be schedule dash post dash modal dash content dash bottom. There's multiple ways to do this. Do it however. And then we'll have a, how do we want to do this? Really, it should probably be, it could be a p tag, I guess. The issue is that it's gonna have nested, stuff in it. So what we might actually do is a div class name equal to schedule dash post modal dash scheduled dash date. Or let's say scheduled info maybe, because this kind of shows information about when it was scheduled. And we need like a date and time icon. So I'm gonna look at Material.ly real quick. I'm not seeing anything that I really love compared to what Twitter has. I might have to create an SVG here. Let me just look a second longer. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be using an SVG because I don't see anything quite like what Twitter has. Yeah. So let's go ahead. I don't remember how we did these. So let's go into our SVGs and just take a look. So let's go ahead and just say, what do we want to call this? I'll call this schedule time or something. So new file. This will be called schedule time svg.tsx. We use export default. Well, actually, we need to import something, right? We need to import the SVG props. So import SVG props from our global interfaces and export default function. And then we can pass in, and I forgot to do this because I haven't done this in a while. Yeah, just so props colon SVG props. And then this will have return. And then I need to grab the SVG for this. So let me go ahead and grab that. So again, I'll try to remember to put this in the code whenever I actually upload this. It's gonna be a while before I upload this. So let's go ahead and copy the SVG. So copy element and paste the SVG in. And let's go ahead and just clean some stuff up here. So we're gonna get rid of this. And let's just make some space here. So we don't need this. Well, we do need this, but let's just make it prettier. And make this prettier, make this prettier. And there we go. So there's that. Now we need to set up like height and stuff, I believe. So what we do is we have a, I don't think we need area hidden equal true on there, but we'll have height equal to props to height and width equal to props dot width. So height equal to props dot height. And width equal to props dot width. And then inside a path we'll have a fill. So fill, not focusable, fill is equal to, and I'm pretty sure we say props.color question mark. If that's the case, it's props.color. Otherwise, we just do a black, so 0, 0, 0. And I believe that should be good to go. So let's go ahead and bring that in. So we'll go ahead and say schedule time SVG or schedule SVG. What I call this? I already forgot. Schedule SVG. No, schedule time SVG. That's what I thought. So schedule time SVG. Let me go ahead and take a look at the width and height of this bad guy. So it's 18 by 18. So let's just say height is like 20, width is 20, and let's see if I can get the color really quick. For color, I think we're gonna come in here. Let's just say color really quick. Color equal to, and then, whoops, if I could type, that'd be cool. We'll close that. So color equal to, let's go into our app.tsx. I think it's gonna be this dark gray color. So I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it into here. So paste in that color. And I think that should be good. And then we'll finally have will send on, and then this has to be the date to be injected. So we'll say we'll send on inject date here at inject time here. So that's what that's going to look like. So that's our scheduled info. And then we're gonna have a maybe a P, the class name. Is this a label? Let me double check. It's not a label, it's just a P. So P class name equal to, and this is gonna be the schedule post modal dash, and this would be date label. Actually, let's just call this label, because there's two of them and the same, not the same, but you know what I mean. And this will say date, and we'll go ahead, and of course these are slightly different. So div class name equal to, and this will be schedule maybe post modal, and let's see, whoops, I forgot content, all these content dash, a bit content, all these. So modal dash content dash label, modal content dash date dash group, and then here we're gonna have our validated date selectors. I don't remember what these need, so I'll have to take a look, but we need 3 of these. So let's copy 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3. We also need a label. And this label, we'll just do this, and it'll be, it's not gonna have an HTML4 or anything. Oh yeah, it will. So it'll say HTML4 equal to, and we'll set this up, and we'll have an input with the input type equal to date. What's that other one? Dates. Date time local. I think it's just date. I think we just want date and hidden. And then this will have in, I think we can put a name. We can say date selector. And then this HTML4 will be date dash selector. Okay, now we need to figure out and whoops, fix that. Okay, so what does our validated date need? It needs style, which it does not need. It needs valid, which is always true. So valid, well, technically, I guess if they put a date in backwards, it wouldn't be true. So we might have to check for that. Which that should be pretty easy. We need a dispatcher. So we need drop down, and this will just, you know what? We have that one thing, don't we? So we have inside of our date utils, we have get months. Although this starts, well, that's fine. We can start in November. Yeah, we can do that. That'll be easy. So we'll copy this. We'll grab our get months, and let's import our get months from, I don't know where this comes from. It comes from utils, I think. So maybe utils. Oops. /utils / date utils. And so now our drop down will be called get months, and I think we need to call it. Okay, no, we don't need to call it. And then what else do we need? We need so drop down is missing type blah blah blah. So maybe we do have to call it. What is your problem? We dealt with this earlier, didn't we? We just dealt with this in the previous episode. What is this problem? Get months, date utils, get month. We're literally using this in the other date selector. So what's your problem? If we do this, it also doesn't like. Oh, actually, we just need dispatcher maybe, and dispatcher will just do nothing for now. Missing type valid. True is missing type style and name, and then name will equal to I think this has to be uppercase month. Now what? I swear I don't think we ever use style, but I'll add it anyway. I think we can just do this. Okay, so that's fine. So this one, name, I don't know why I put those curly braces there. Name will be day, and then valid will equal to true. We might want to set up an actual method for that one. Drop down will equal to get days. So we'll bring that in. Dispatcher again, we'll just set up later. We'll have to do something similar to the other one. I really need to get rid of the style. I wonder if I can go in here and just make it optional. I know I'm getting off track here. So let's go into our components, and this should have a validated input, validated date selector. Can I make our style optional? Because I don't think I ever used style. Yeah, style's not even used. Make style optional because I don't want to add style in here if it's not being used. And then finally, name equal to year, and valid equal to true for now. Drop down equal to get years. I don't remember how far years goes back, but whatever. And we'll set our dispatcher. All right, cool. Inside of our HTML4, we need a we might have a Material UI icon for this one actually. We need like a calendar, although we don't actually. This one's kind of close, I guess. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because I don't really want to use Tailwind in Material UI. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem like it's really that worth it to use it. Because at the end of the day, you just end up adding a bunch of classes, and it's basically like inline CSS with extra work. So to save myself time, I'm going to go ahead and use this Material UI icon. So this is called calendar month. So let's go ahead and bring it in. So let's go ahead and just bring in calendar month, like so. And then this will be calendar month here. And this one is definitely needs to be smaller. So SX equal to, and let me just go ahead and look at Twitter again. Actually, this is pretty big, but I'm guessing that the font size is maybe gonna be like 14px or something. We'll see, 14px. But that should be fine. And again, the label will have the on click. And then the bottom content has a, whoops. Actually, we're not done with this part yet. So then that's just for that part. So this is our entire top content. So now we need another div with a class name equal to, and this will be schedule dash post dash modal dash content dash, and this will be time group, I guess. Time group. And the time group's gonna have 3 more of these, so this is gonna be fun to deal with. All right, so now we're gonna have a name equal to time or to hour, and then we'll have a name equal to minute, and we'll have a name equal to AM/PM. So then we'll have to figure out how to deal with all of this stuff. So now instead of get months, obviously we'll need to set up something special here. So this is not going to be happy with us. So what we'll do is return an array with this in it, I suppose. We can just have an option. And it might be happy with an option. We'll do that on all of these. So minute we might be able to use the one, although that says 0 0. Okay, we won't be able to use the one, so that's not fun. So we'll do this, and we'll do, oops, let's go ahead and copy the entire thing. Copy this, paste it in here, and paste this one. Okay, and let's also fix that. So that should be, oh, we also need a p class name equal to schedule post modal dash content dash, and this will be time dash label, I guess. Actually, we can just call this content label, because that's what it is a label. And this will be not time zone, this would be time. And then that should be good on that one. So again, there's going to be a lot of work in this. And then we'll have another p with a class name equal to schedule dash post dash modal dash content dash label. And this one's going to say time zone. And I'm sure this one's probably easy to grab. So let's see if we can grab this with JavaScript really quick. JavaScript get users time zone. So it looks like we can say maybe like an h3. Whoops, h3 class name equal to schedule. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, so we'll see. Post modal content slash time zone. Allegedly, this should work. Although I don't know what it's gonna print. This works in 95% of browsers. So let's see what happens. I don't know what it's gonna print. That's the problem. But I guess we're gonna find out really quick. So we're gonna put in curly braces in here. And we're gonna say intl dot, and we're gonna say date time format dot, or this, we're gonna say dot resolved options. This is another function dot time zone. And we're gonna see what that prints out. If that's not what we want, we're gonna have to figure out some other method of doing this. We'll have to come up with some custom solution, and I'll deal with that as we go. And then finally on the bottom, we're just gonna have a scheduled, I guess it'll just be a p tag, class name equal to schedule dash post modal content. This would be scheduled post, and this will say scheduled post, like so. All right, so that is the meat and potatoes of this done. Now obviously we have a bunch of CSS to do as well, which I don't know necessarily if we're gonna get the CSS done. We might focus on getting some other stuff done first. So now let's just see what this looks like. It's gonna be really ugly, but the primary thing I want to see is if we can actually get the date selector working. So if we click on this, does it actually open up a date selector? Yeah, I want to see what the time zone looks like. So let's click on date. Oh, we forgot to put it inside. So let's go back to our scheduled date. Inside of our content, we'll say schedule post modal content. Let's go ahead and take a look again once this loads. All right. Okay, so like I said, it looks ugly right now. So this says America, Chicago, and this one says Central Standard Time. So we might have to make a map based off the UTC offset and do it that way, but that's fine. These work. Now the data needs to be set based on the day. That's fine. Does this? Okay, so this is not working. Let's try ID. So let's go back into our content, and let's, instead of saying a name, let's try ID. So whoops, ID equal to date selector, and the HTML for date selector. I don't think it needs to be unhidden. I'm pretty sure this is how we did it inside of our feed post creator. Let's take a look. So for our feed post creator, we have HTML4 images, and then let's see here, images hidden, disabled, ID is images hidden, and then HTML4 equal to images. So it looks like that's how we did it. The only difference is that we had this one above, but I don't think that should change anything. ID date selector. I don't think this matters which order this goes, but I mean, we can go ahead and move this. Label for date selector. Date selector, this looks good. Just double checking all of that. Let's try again, I guess. Yeah, for some reason it's not popping up. Let's see. Go into our schedule, click on this guy. Huh, interesting. I don't know why it's also scuffed this way. We can fix that. So there's something going on with this guy. We're gonna need to debug that. ID date selector hidden. This looks exactly how this guy is inside of our feed post creator. ID equal images. Ref equal to whatever, that shouldn't matter. Hidden. Label for images. I don't think there's an on click on this. There's not. Let's do a quick Google search. This might not even do what I really want it to do, honestly. What if we put the input inside the label? What happens then? So let's go ahead and copy this. Let's throw the input inside the label. And maybe for some reason we're clicking on the wrong part, but I don't know why that would be. Let's try and see what happens if we do this. Okay, it's not popping anything up. So it's still not working properly, so that's great. Okay, I want to see what it looks like whenever we get rid of the hidden. Okay. What if I want to try something? What if we make this hidden again, right? And then maybe we say on click. Although the problem is going to be, you know what? I got an idea. So let's go ahead and say ref equal to date selector ref. We'll set that up obviously. So let's import use ref like so. I don't know what we're gonna be able to get from this, but we'll see here. I'm guessing we need to like activate it or something, but we'll see. So let's say const, and we call this date selector ref is equal to use ref. Whoops. Use ref, and this will be an HTML input element. I could type input element, and I'll start out as null like always. We'll say const open date selector. Go to use ref. I might have to do some research on hiding the ugly part of that and only opening up the date part, and it's probably possible. So if I have to do more research, I will. Let's go ahead and say open date selector equal to an arrow function, and inside we'll say we don't want we want if our date selector ref and our date selector ref dot current, and then we want to say, what if we say date selector ref dot current, and can we focus? So focus, let's see what happens if we try to call focus. I have a feeling that since it's hidden, it's not going to work, but we're going to go and copy this and put it in the on click for this. And let's see what happens. And if we click on this, yeah, so I'm guessing, let's go ahead and make hidden closed again and save. Now if we click on it, so let's get rid of the HTML4. HTML4 date selector. Let's move the input out of here. I think that we're clicking on the input. Okay, so it's not, let's see here. HTML date selector state when the calendar, let's see, date selector open calendar programmatically. It's gotta be a way to open it programmatically. Show picker. Otherwise it I'm sorry guys. Why is it asynchronous? We can try to click show picker, but I doubt it's gonna work because of TypeScript. But we'll see. Dot show, it's there. Okay, let's see if this works. Show picker does not exist on Yep, I knew it. I love TypeScript so much. How can we do this? We'll say let element equal to date selector. We're gonna say any. We're gonna explicitly make it any dot current. We're gonna say element dot show picker, and it can't stop us now because we made it any. I love TypeScript so much. So we click on this. Okay, that does what we want. Now can we show the picker with this hidden? We can, but it goes to the wrong area. Interesting. Let's see here. CSS style the date selector picker. Look at that. This is what we want. All right, so there's literally I found something that we can follow. That'll probably work. I'll see. I'm probably gonna look over this. I think I'm gonna probably call it for today. We did a little bit of experimenting and all of that stuff. I'm gonna read over kind of how this person does this and kind of go from there. But yeah, I think this is probably gonna be it. I'm gonna look over this code that this person has, just to see kind of what's going on. It says that they were styling it and it kind of worked the way that they wanted. So we'll see. Although it looks like we should be able to just say position absolute and a couple other things. So let's see something here. So all of this stuff is there. Let's go into our, well, I guess we haven't done our CSS yet. So yeah, I've been live for over an hour here. I'm not feeling great tonight. If I was feeling a little bit better, I would probably continue working on this, but we got a good amount done today. On Thursday, hopefully I'm feeling better. And we'll set up all the styling and everything for this and get this guy working. This looks like we just need to do some like absolute position and stuff, and it should be fine according to this. It doesn't look that crazy or hard or anything. But yeah, so if you guys stuck around to this point, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video or the next live stream.